It was insane, dude. And I started to justify in my head. I'm like, all right, well, we got Matt Ryan. Yeah, he's the quarterback for the Falcons. He went to Boston College. I can kind of get behind that a little bit. I started kind of getting that in my head. But then Brady started going on that little run, and he had that look in his eyes that only Tom Brady has. And he just looked like he was in the zone. I said, these guys are going to come back. And my wife thought I was crazy. And
I would have thought you were crazy.
Yeah, and the way that they started doing it, man, it was they just turned into a machine. Everything started clicking, and it was the Patriots that everyone, a lot of people hate, but we love. And they came back and pulled it off. It was just unbelievable. The folklore of Tom Brady continues. Just give him the fucking state of Massachusetts already.
Yeah,
Make
I know.
him a
I
king.
liked your tweet.
He can secede. Let's get away. Give him the whole freaking economy. Make him the president. I don't even care if he's a good governor, president, king, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just give him the state. Maybe throw in Vermont as well.
I mean, they gave David Ortiz a bridge. I don't know what the hell you do for Tom Brady or Bill Belichick. And speaking of Bill Belichick and that staff, and I think, for some of our listeners internationally that don't follow the NFL, this is a coach's league in a lot of respects. Certainly Belichick's going to defer to the players, but he and his staff had to be near perfect last night. When you dig yourselves a 28-3 hole, a 21-0 hole, I was just at one point glad they made it a game. I didn't expect them to complete the comeback. Obviously, a lot of things had to go right. And on the other side, a lot of things had to go wrong. And that's the other side of this, the Atlanta Falcons, a starved fan base that really, I think, in a lot of respects, deserved to win a championship last night. You get up 28-3. Bill Belichick wins that game 100 out of 100 times. And I don't want to lay all the blame at the feet of Dan Quinn and Kyle Shanahan and the Falcons coaching staff, but, run the football. Run the ball, right? I mean, you're in field goal range. The turnover obviously was a huge factor in the game. There were incredible plays on both sides, but to me, the Matt Bryant, the kicker for Atlanta, that's a weapon. You got to get him on the field and get the lead to 11, and then we're having a different conversation today. But for Tom Brady and that offense to do what they did, and the offensive line, so well coached, obviously, by Dante Scarnecchia coming back the last couple years, just an incredible all-time win. It sounds trite to say, how many years am I losing off of my life, Kenny? But last night, that was not fun. It was not good for my long-term health. I mean, it was just nuts. Sitting there with my 65-year-old mother, I got 911 added to my favorites. It's a crazy, crazy watch for all of us New Englanders,
Dude, it was bananas. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, what did Belichick tell those guys during halftime? That's what I want to know, because nothing was going right for the Patriots. That's the thing. I mean, it was just they couldn't do anything right, and the Falcons were playing great football. We were missing an extra point. It was just it was not good. So I'm really curious to see what the coaching staff at Belichick said to the Patriots at halftime to get those guys going. Maybe it was Brady. I don't know. I mean, they've been there before. They know how to come back. That's for sure. Brady knows how to pull that off. But my goodness, dude. I got chills still.
Dude, I think it was one of the players in the secondary. I believe Duron Harmon might have said, this is going to be the greatest comeback of all time in the locker room. I think Belichick, he's the greatest, motivator of men / head / general manager in the history of professional sports. So obviously they felt like they were back in the game, and they got the quick 3-and-out early, but still some adversity in that third quarter. I mean, shit still wasn't breaking right.
Yeah.
And then Julio Jones making that catch. I mean, I feel like he's probably the only guy in the NFL that makes that catch, and it should have been a Super Bowl winning catch if they had theretofore ran the football. Just freaking crazy waking up a Falcons fan today for all of you. I'm sorry, but I'm not, because of all the hate that's out there. And, I feel like I've been pretty classy as a Patriots fan. All of us Bostonians, I think, get painted with this brush of being, massholes all the time. And that's really not necessarily the case. We recognize that we're spoiled with all of this success. And, on Tuesday morning, Kenny, it's going to be the 10th championship parade through the streets of Boston since I graduated college. I mean, it's insanity, right? TJ's sitting here, born and raised in Minnesota. You got to be fucking kidding me right now.
Poor son
TJ,
of a bitch. God. Sorry, TJ.
And,
I just want to let you know that I take part in some of your championships. I mean, Kevin Garnett, Minnesota guy, gave you Celtics championship. David Ortiz, I mean, come on. We had him on the Twins when he was David Arias.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I'll figure out.
Yeah, helped a little bit. Sure.
I'll figure out how to claim this Patriots win. Give me a minute.
28-3. But one of my buddies, a good guy, Jets fan, texted me, just asking, because I'll never know, is it sad that this is the beginning of the end of the dynasty? It's like, get the fuck out of here with your Gatorade bath and your 8-net New York Jets, okay? So, again, we appreciate the athletes, obviously, and the coaches, and this is obviously all about them. But for the fans, we wanted this one badly. And, it sounds crazy, all you wanting a fifth Super Bowl. But I said on this podcast, Kenny, I think last week, and you sort of told me to relax. But, that for once I kind of let all that talk sort of get to me and sort of wanted to win as a sports fan, maybe more than I ever had in my life. And damn if they didn't get it, man. I'm pretty excited today. My heart's beating.
I can imagine, man. Make sure you stay with us, okay? Let us know if you're feeling any irregularity in your heartbeat. Get on the 911 call. But listen, dude, like as far as Kraft and what he said, accepting that trophy and talking about the last 2 years, and of course referencing, all the hardships that Brady had to deal with and all that stuff. I mean, this has to be the sweetest win. I mean, just kind of the old in your face. From Tom Brady winning this one, man. I couldn't be happier for the guy. He just put a double stamp on him being the greatest quarterback in NFL history. And to witness what he's done, man, as a New England fan, and going all the way back when we had Steve Grogan and Tony Eason as our quarterbacks.
There you go.
And seeing what Brady has done, and the fact that he was a sixth-round draft choice. He had Drew Bledsoe as the starting quarterback. And all the odds were stacked against him, man, and he prevailed. Just one of the best stories in